is it realistic for me to say in a few years' time there is nothing that should be able to stop each vehicle program from running a Soda Auto software?
We believe we know what's coming, and just making the world ready for that.
Yeah.
Soda becomes not just software-defined auto, but also software-defined anything.
Welcome to Techne Connect, special edition today with Soda Auto. Sergey, would you like to set up some introductions?
Well, first of all, pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming over. That's a great opportunity to share our story, what we do here, and you're in our SDV hub today where we have some nice toys, which we will show you today as well. Our pleasure.
Yeah. You've had a hell of a career, so we're going to start with you if that's okay. Breaking into entrepreneurship is no easy feat. Do you want to provide like a high-level summary of how your career started and how you've ended up running and spearheading Soda Auto?
All right, so I'm Sergey Malygin, 42, 3 kids, lovely family, and happy in that. That's the most important thing.
Amazing.
The second important thing is my professional career. I was lucky to see a couple of industries. So my most background in automotive starts with a company called Arrival. So most of you heard something about this company. So Arrival was quite a journey. I joined the company very early. I was literally employee number 2 in the company. So it was in 2014, even before the company existed. The original task definition for me was, hey, I'm going to create an electric vehicle. Can you help me with the operating system for that? So whatever that means, I said, okay, that sounds interesting. I'm in. That's how it started back then. I had initial team size of 10 people. This is how we started. Yeah. Then in 2023, where I graduated from Arrival, I had a team size of 750 people, and my team was looking after entire ecosystem of building blocks from which Arrival could make trucks, buses, vans, passenger cars. So I had one budget, not 5, and I had to deliver everything to them, starting with software, hardware, everything they need to create these vehicles and make them happening. We called it Elements, Arrival Elements. Yeah. That's where I spent more than 9 years, always when we were trying to create vehicles with Arrival, we did it in a software-defined, software-driven way, because my original background, even prior to joining Arrival, was in telecom. So I spent 10 years there. So when we started with vehicles, my first idea was, okay, let's make them software-defined. You can imagine in 2014 to 2015 what I heard from proper automotive engineers, what they think about all of this telecom, gadgets and everything. So it was an interesting journey how to make the story software-defined and software-driven, but at the same time make it fully aligned and respectful to everything which automotive has to respect: safety, security, quality, all of that, validation cycles, hardware-in-the-loop testing. So it's a lot of things which we had to make compatible with this software-first thinking, which is not easy. No. But I would say we succeeded in general, and with this knowledge and experience in 2023, when I had to graduate from Arrival because sadly Arrival didn't arrive, I founded a company called Soda. So Soda is not a drink. Soda stands for software-defined auto. Yeah. So I wanted to keep focus on software for vehicles. I wanted to make it better. By better, I mean more practical for engineers, which means more convenient, less cost, less time, efficient, integrated. So all of these ideas were with us from the very beginning. And today, Soda is transforming the way how automotive software is created in many ways by making it at least 10 times faster and 4 times cheaper as well.
Before we delve deeper into the mission of Soda, what's the personal why? So obviously, unfortunately, it didn't quite get to market arrival, which is devastating for everybody, to be honest with you. However, you've then been in a moment and gone, okay, now it's my time to set up Soda. What's the personal drive behind it?
Well, I felt some purpose in my previous company, in Arrival, to create software in a different way.
Yeah.
And it was quite funny during many meetings inside, during the design reviews, where we were discussing lots of things, body, chassis, powertrain, whatever. But then eventually we got to software, and our CEO was saying, "Don't worry about that. Sergey will manage. It's easy. It's simple." My first emotion, no, it's not. It's not simple. It's not easy. But then I came back to this, and I realized that maybe it's my mission in the company to make people feeling it simple and to make it looking simple in the end. Yeah. So that's the purpose I felt inside of me, deeply inside of me, even in the end of Arrival. So I just wanted to continue with this internal purpose, and I wanted to create a company which could help with software story, not for one company, but for the entire industry. Because if we see it in the industry today, we see Tesla and NIO who make it right. There are some Chinese players who make it their own ways, just cutting many corners, but they're making it at great time and speed. And many other companies, literally all Western companies, they're struggling. So I felt that it's a huge opportunity to apply my knowledge with everything I learned from Arrival to the wider world and to the wider industry. So that motivated me a lot, and I was quite lucky to have the opportunity to found Soda. And in 2023, we started with this core idea with a clear focus on software-defined vehicles. Yeah. If you're asking about the change, of course, when you run the company entirely, it's different to being under big umbrella. So I was lucky to be focused on product a lot in my previous life, and now I had to deal with lots of pure entrepreneurship kind of types of things, which means handling literally everything, legal, finance, and partnerships, customers, and of course fundraising, which is an interesting topic as such. So all of them were added to my plate. At the same time, I always felt a wider responsibility and accountability for anything I do in my life. So I would say it was more or less comfortable for me to start looking for everything, not just part of what we're creating.
Yeah. So let's go into it. The vision of Soda. So if I come and sit down with you in 2-3 years, what's the impact you're looking to have? What's the business mission? I
can answer this question two ways. I'll start with business answer. I would say that Soda has hundreds and thousands of customers which benefit from using Soda products because it simplifies, improves, and accelerates the ways they develop software for vehicles. That's what I see us after a few years from now. If I go a little bit deeper and touch the actual problem which I see, imagine a traditional automaker. The way they do the things today is one team is handling the requirements, another team is handling the high-level concept and design, third team is looking into compliance, then fourth team is looking into architecture, fifth team is then trying to translate this architecture and the requirements into bits of actual software which can run. Then another team is trying to take the software and validate and make sure it's working. And then suddenly, oh, now we need to put it together. And then we integrate it as the vehicle. We learn so many things do not work. And then we go to certification, etc. All of that is so fragmented. All of that is so separated. Just because originally it was always complex. It was not easy, especially early in the days where there were no good technologies to help to automate the things, to accelerate the things. So we can easily see thousands and tens of thousands of people who are working in this process, and the way they work, they do not properly collaborate. They have meetings and manual ways to synchronize, so it's a lot of waste in this process. What we see as the opportunity and what has to happen is the unified look at what the vehicle is, understanding the vehicle as a whole from the very beginning, but then at the same time understanding the parts of it, how to decompose it to systems, to software, then requirements, tests, all of that, bringing it close together. We created the system which redefines the engineering system of an automaker, which maintains all of that as a single data set. Everything is linked, everything is traced, so that whatever is the conversation happening around your vehicle product, you discuss your vehicle. You're not discussing just a part which nobody knows how it's connected to other parts. If you think about that, how it can work, essentially we're having a properly collaborative environment, and we have lots of automation. We have the concept of reuse. You don't have to create again. You can take from the library, which has been created before, adjust here and there, immediately seeing an impact. Regulations, if you have a new requirement, again, you know how it impacts the whole project. And you are ready early in the process, then you are starting to simulate it early, you start to connect the real hardware early, and you still work again with the same vehicle, not separated things. So maybe I'm giving too many technical details at this second of time, but if you just make it visual, imagine millions of different bits. If you just bring them closer, you remove unnecessary waste of how you integrate them into a holistic process and holistic delivery. So that's what we do, and we see that as just the inevitable, efficient way of doing the things. So I'm absolutely confident that this is the path towards any automaker to get to the point where they see that without this efficiency, they cannot be competitive anymore. So this is the only choice, and we are quite ready for this moment, which is the good thing is that it's happening right now. We see that entire industry starts to understand that they need to increase their efficiency. First step, which they do, is just applying automations here and there. I call it patches. But the next thing they will realize they have to do is go away from patches and come to just a proper way of doing that, where you don't put stickers or slight touches, you change the entire way how you do the thing.
I've liaised with a few people from your team at Arrival, and something I always take when we talk about software and systems is like this Lego brick approach, almost like a drop and drag approach to software and systems. So we're going to try and simplify things. Is that how you see the software and systems world evolving across the automotive market? Because we've got a huge problem with cost optimization, haven't we? Especially in the Western society. The cost of vehicles, like something, you just look at it from the general public. We've gone from spending £30,000 on a car, which is going to get you a good car. Now, overnight, 70, 80, 90,000 pounds is starting to become the norm, especially for a new EV variant. Is software the problem as such, and through your solution, are you looking to drive the optimization of the efficiency and cost to bring it back down?
Yes, this is a part of what we were just discussing, because reuse at all levels is so important, and if you simplify it down to just creating a vehicle out of this approach, then you would say, okay, here is my library of features. I can select most of them for my new project just the way they are. I don't have to change because it's the same vehicle type which it used to work before. It's the same regulatory landscape. It's the same safety and security considerations. So most of the things can be just reused. And you, as you're saying, you just drag and drop into your project and define how you distribute it across ECUs, and it can work for you. For those items which has to be changed and modified, you want some extra functionality, you want it different for that specific project, or you want to add some differentiating competitive element into that. whatever is the reason, but then you customize and you add on top, but you fully track all your other software as a baseline. So by adding requirements, you don't have to re-implement. You are changing the last 10% rather than changing the whole foundation of it. So again, it's much quicker because you reuse.
Yeah.
It's much quicker how you can customize.
Yeah.
And it keeps you control over all of these changes, because in automotive, one of the enemies, which is like perceived enemy, is the change. Let's not change. Let's stabilize. Let's keep it this way. Oh, we have to change. Oh, it's a long cycle. Let's not do that if we can avoid.
We follow the semiconductor market quite closely, and we're going through a huge shift of architecture changes. Like, we've already seen some amazing projects. We've seen some fantastic zonal architectures be implemented across the space. We're seeing as close to centralized computers coming in. How does your solution link and keep up with the pace of architecture changes, and what's the challenge behind that?
So of course, architecture is going through waves of transformation as well, because we see how just amount of wires, amount of logical and physical connections can be optimized and replaced with more efficient solutions. At the same time, we believe that if we go a little bit up and make it a little bit abstract, in every single industry, you always go from centralization to decentralization, and it's never one answer for everything. No. So from that perspective, if you ask me, is HPC, high performance compute unit, is going to be the winning solution? Yes, in a way. Is it still right to be zonal? Yes, you still need to keep kind of zonal controllers in place. So it will always be a mixture and possibly the right balance for a specific vehicle project. So our answer to that from software standpoint is to make software in the most agnostic way, so that our software can run on edge units, on zonal controllers, it can run on HPC, and then your actual architecture is just a matter of configuration. Okay, amazing. Yeah. So that's what we have created. I can proudly say that we have it working today. Amazing. And our software in different deployments can run on totally different ECUs. The way we think about it, and this is what we call SDV kit, is not just the software solution, but also the library of available ECUs it can run on. And we are constantly populating the list of supported ECUs, so that means that our software has a guaranteed compatibility with wide range of microprocessors and ECUs on the market. And then in any new project, if we find something new, we can support that as well. But the more we go, the less new things we meet, and that makes us basically universally compatible to any hardware layout. And it's two modes how we work in this case. One mode is where we follow the architecture which our customer wants to have, or the other way where we can recommend, because we already accumulated lots of experience on what's working, what's not, where it's good efficiency, where it's not. So we normally also join the work streams on EE architecture with our customers to define the best architecture for that specific application.
If we're providing a complete dummies guide to your offering, is it realistic for me to say in a few years' time there is nothing that should be able to stop each vehicle program from running a Soda Auto software?
So definitely yes, that's what we are working on, and we are increasing the compatibility with the different ECUs. We are working, we understand that one solution cannot automatically be just ready for any type of a customer, because one size never fits all. So we respect the fact that the customers are different, but what we created is the foundation which can be very easily adapted and adjusted to any environment we have to operate in. So we, as a design system around Soda products, we made the fact that we need to support something modular. So we just add the module, we just add the plugin, we just add a new system, an adapter to a new system, a driver which abstracts a new system which we didn't work with. But it's a reasonably low chunk of work, each of them, and it's a fully modular architecture. So answering question, 100%, that's what we want to achieve.
The software and systems landscape itself, from an engineering perspective, is changing at a rapid rate, and you've seen this firsthand. What's the challenge behind what you're doing? So if somebody's going to come and join you in the future, or they want to get behind what you define as a software-defined vehicle, why is that going to interest people?
First of all, because it's interesting because we organically see what's right. So all we do is not something just because Soda wants to do that. All we do is because it's inevitably coming to that shape. So what we are creating is fully compatible with just laws of life, if I may say so, or laws of just general systematization of how the things should be done. Second big thing is that we think about engineers, we think about people. Whatever we do it's not just a technology, it's technology for humans. And that's actually a big difference, because if you think of traditional approach, tools are tools, engineers can use that, but then the most important thing is what is the product we can create. But actually the tools engineers have to use define the quality and the functionality of the final product as well. If you're limited with the tools you can use, you cannot create an outstanding end user product as well. So by improving lives and improving functionalities of engineers, we can directly impact on how the things are made. And we put a lot of focus into that. If you try our tools, you'll see that it's always very nice user experience. So people love just working with them, love doing the work with the tools. Shall it be the web interface where you connect the requirements and you see how the things are linked? Shall it be the hardware-in-the-loop rig where you can customize and change the things flexibly without the need of being physically with the rig, so you can, for example, change the interface without rewiring. So we really think how to make the lives of engineers better. So I think that's another important element, how we think about what should happen. So in a way, we believe we know what's coming, and just making the world ready for that. And we make it not just ready, but convenient for people.
Let's go a little bit deeper into your product offering. So we can do it maybe from a customer. What does it feel like? What you're actually providing? Do you want to provide a guide to us?
So as I said in the beginning, we try to provide a solution which makes the things faster and less cost. If we look at the key elements of, to simplify, let's take a new automaker. If they want to do the software or want to have right software, what do they need to have? They need to have the software itself, and they need to have tools to be able to create and maintain and deploy all that software around their vehicles. So in Soda we have exactly that. Our product number one is the reusable library of software functions or features, applications. You can find there all bits starting with very core elements, how you control your battery, how you control your inverters, how you control the traction, vehicle dynamics, things like torque vectoring and traction control, stability control, all of that. Then go into body domain, so every car needs to have windows and doors and mirrors, so we can control all of that, and we have predefined modules which can do that pretty smoothly. Then go into infotainment, go into connectivity, and even ADAS and AD functions. We have all of that in our library. Some of that is developed by Soda, some of that is developed by our partners, because it's not just the library which Soda has, it's also the library where we have partners. To mention a few, in ADA stack, we have Autoware solution as a part of our portfolio, and for certain ADAS functions like driver monitoring, we have partners in that space as well. So we are populating the library to be all-in-one source for any functions you may need when you create a new vehicle design. So you reuse, you save a lot of time on integration, on the fact that you have to have it somehow, and it's agnostic to hardware to the levels where it's possible. So you can define the spec you want, and you can put software on top. If some customizations to the certain inverter model or battery is required, that can be done very quickly. So that's the product number one, and product number two is the set of tools. So how you actually engineer your software. Okay. So all of what we give to our customers is not just lines of code or pre-built software. It comes together with requirements. It can come together with tests, and we have a tool chain to support all of that. So requirement management system. Normally you would go and take some off-the-shelf system, spend a lot of time to configure it right, and also have some engineers, just as administrative people to support that for you, just to maintain the configuration. Then you need to have a system where you design your systems, and where you have your systems architecture and electrical architecture defined. We have all of that in our toolchain already pre-integrated. So all your model-based system engineering flow is done from requirements and from idea even to the requirements. It can be connected to legislation and requirements for your compliance. So you can, we use AI a lot, so you can ask AI assistant to generate the data set of requirements which are applicable to your vehicle project for certification purposes going forward. So that is included. Then straight away, not go into any other interface, you go into the model-based system engineering. So you have your diagram, you define your systems, architecture, you see how requirements are translated for the systems world to the actual systems. Then you have your system requirement in the same place. And from there, you go to software. And after you have a software, this is where we don't reinvent the wheels. You can develop the software in any modern tool. Like if you prefer MATLAB Simulink, fine, we integrate with that. If you have Rust-enabled framework, we can integrate with that as well. But the key thing is that the requirements and architecture and the code is linked. So you have this links together, and you see how the things are connected. And on the right side of the V, validation, including HillRig and the vehicle level simulation platform, which can do the simulation of environment, simulation of all vehicle systems, and also including ADAS functionalities, all of that integrated together. So you can use it separate, like, okay, I like a requirement management system, I want to use that, this is a product we offer, or I want this a new generation, next generation SDV platform, which can bring all of that together. We have it. And the reason why it's beneficial is because you can automate so many things. Imagine the scenario where in order to create your test program, you can just take your requirements as a data set and create an entire test plan out of that. This is available straight away today in our SODAV product, so everyone can try it literally now. Also think of the way how you would then create your Hill implementation, because at a certain point of time, initially you just start with software simulation, and you can connect your software bits to your simulation just very quickly, and then at some point you need to switch it to Hill partially or fully, so you can keep part of the vehicle in Hill, part of the vehicle which you just develop actively right now you can keep in virtual mode. But then for Hill enabled environment you need to write the actual script how to execute it on the Hill rig. So what we did in SODA, we automated the entire implementation of the Hill script. So from your functional test to your Hill test, you don't have to do any manual coding, because the script is generated by AI. You can review, you can confirm, but that's how the things are good together, and that's the reason why we had to develop all these bits, because if you think about it, We have a web-based requirement management system. We have architecture, MBSE tool, and then it's the simulation platform, which is based on Unreal Engine, and it's also the Hail Rig, which is obviously the electronic device. And we had to do quite many things, but the benefit of it is this ultimate level of automation. So it's a complete product we offer, which is called Soda V. As I said, modularly or altogether, fully available today. By joining these 2 bits, you can take just software from library, certain bits, fine. You can take certain tools, or you can have all of that, which is the entire SDV framework and platform, which radically changes the way how the software can be made today.
And you can see just how you've broken down all the pillars, the optimization ticks that you're getting, optimizing the systems engineering processes, fast-tracking companies into MBSE frameworks, fast-tracking the Fuser lifecycle and all the Fuser work behind the scenes to achieve accreditation at the end. You've then got your drop-in software, saving loads of time on your software. So really the benefit is being able to come in, making modifications as and when, using your automation workflow and fast-tracking the whole time.
That's it. You nailed it.
Yeah, it's really good, really good.
Thank you.
Comes on to AutoSAR. It's quite a controversial conversation in the industry at the moment.
Yeah.
I've analysed so many teams, so many software teams, the software plans, the structures behind it, and the cost is a huge problem in software like we keep discussing. And when you actually go deep with some of the specialists in the space, they just go no to AutoSAR. Can you displace AutoSAR? And you can work with it in conjunction as well, right?
So look, AutoSAR, I think, was a great solution of the past.
Yeah.
If we look further and try to develop the things fast enough and cost effective, it's difficult to do that with AutoSAR. I would say nearly too impossible, really. If you take a company, just a new automaker, if they want to go to full AutoSAR implementation, they would have to invest a huge amount of money just up front into the overall framework and tools. It could be easily a few million, which they have to invest straight away. If you think about this startup mentality and trying to start something, you don't want to spend millions straight away. It's difficult to convince investors that you just give me money, but I take this money and bring to actual company which provides the technology for that. So it simply does not work this way. And of course, the framework itself is quite bulky, and I would say has many inefficiencies in it. So our answer is simple. Whereas you can go without AutoSAR, I think this is a better route, like for real life of the future, let's say so. At the same time, don't take me wrong, I have no problems with AutoSAR. We can work with AutoSAR, and our architecture is fully compatible with AutoSAR, and we can coexist. So certain functions in the vehicle can stay with AutoSAR-based implementation. Other functions may be done with easier ways and sort of framework, and we can handle all of that in one tool chain quite easily.
Amazing. Let's zone in on the team. So Soda Auto as a team, running in different countries as well. Do you want to provide an overview of the team at the moment?
Yeah, sure. So we are fully headquartered, and our main company is based here in the UK, where we are located today. We used to have a smaller office in London, but we decided that we don't need it, because here we can do so many things in the same place. We have a nice office upstairs, and here we have this nice workshop area with these toys, which whenever we make the change, when we are confident that it's right, we just go outside and perform all the testing straight away, which again streamlines the whole process. So we quite like it here. In addition to that, we also have the team in Georgia. A lot due to historical reasons. We just had some clever people there when we founded the company, so we were able to get them on board pretty quickly and start our work. Also, we have a subsidiary in Europe, in Spain, and we have some future plans looking into the areas such as US, UAE, and India. So that's on the list too.
What's the business built on? You know, if you look at the behaviours, the cultures, the values of the business, how do you make this a success when you go down to the core?
I would say it's always about what is right, what is required, and make our customers happy.
Yeah.
And when you focus on these objectives, then many other things are, let's say, are just enjoyable journey, which you want to go through, and then you learn new things, new cultures, and many other things. But I would say just keeping it right to what is needed, right to customers, thinking of customers, thinks of what our purpose really is, makes it, I would say, an easy job for us.
What's the mission for 2026? What are you trying to achieve?
So in 2025, we acquired more than 10 customers, and we made full validation for our product and for all ideas which we had in the product. 2026 is year for growth, and a year for converting all of these first projects into a very much recurring and wide collaborations going forward. So we will see a lot of development on the toolchain side of things. We will see more customers joining us. And one thing which I think I haven't mentioned before, but just literally a couple of months ago, we announced that Soda goes beyond automotive as well.
Amazing.
So we started to work with aerospace companies, we started to work with marine companies, and also we looked into the areas such as bodybuilding business, so taking the original truck and convert it to a mixing truck or tipping truck. So we have some nice project in that space too. So next year we are going to expand all of that. So Soda becomes not just software-defined auto, but also software-defined anything.
Growth plans in the new year from a hiring perspective. What are your triggers?
So we are finalizing our fundraising round as we speak. When we accomplish this as a goal, of course, we are going to grow. Growing here in the UK, but also growing in other regions, which I mentioned before. Our key focus is vehicle software. Our other focuses is the design of electronics, because we are expanding the line of the rig modules, and that requires some attention and effort. And AI, of course, everything related to AI is a big importance for us. We put AI into our tool chain. Few examples I mentioned, like automatic test generation out of requirements, or test implementation generation out of your functional tests, but also the certification scenario. So we do a lot of work in that space, but also we do work with AI inside of the vehicle. One element of vehicle functionalities which we need to mention here is in-vehicle AI engine. So with our experience in lower level control systems, of course, we don't just bring AI and drop it into the middle of vehicle software, but we integrate it quite smartly. So actual control system then interacts with this AI engine to allow user just more personalization, more customization, some memory as well of the preferences and understanding the human better. So we work a lot in this space. So AI is a big topic for us. So we will be expanding our team in that space too.
Got your hardest question right till the end. Why come and join you on this mission in the new year?
Because we are a great company. We have a great mission. We have accomplished a lot, and we want to accomplish even more. So we're quite ambitious, and it's never boring with us.
No. Good. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you for zoning in on your own personal journey into entrepreneurship, the vision and the mission of Soda Auto. I think I've done software recruitment within this space for over 10 years. You're onto something, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it unfolds both in the automotive market and the other sectors, and I'm looking forward to watching you grow.
Paris, thank you very much for coming, for having this even together. And yeah, really looking forward to what's coming next.